Hi everyone, it's Marla. I just want to do a brief introduction to this video. This is a joint twin flame QHHT session. QHHT stands for Quantum Healing Hypnosis Therapy, and this is a style of hypnosis and healing that was developed by Dolores Cannon, and I've been a practitioner of QHHT since 2019. I was fortunate enough to have Damian and Michelle come to me for sessions, and they were gracious enough to allow me to post this session, which is a joint session, meaning I have both of them hypnotized and in a trance state. However, you will notice that it's mostly Damian's session, and that's because Michelle had already had a session with me the day before. So we aren't neglecting Michelle, don't worry about that. But I just thought it was a great session. Number one, because of the information that was brought through them. Also, I know a lot of you ask about the masculine energy and what's going on with the masculine energy. And so I thought this would give you some insight into the masculine, what they're feeling, what they're going through. And then we have this added bonus of Michelle being there as well and adding information from her perspective too. So I hope that you enjoy this session. I haven't posted a QHHT session in a while, although I've been really busy doing QHHT sessions, and I hope to post a couple more soon. I do want to mention too that Damian and Michelle are on mission, and they're both come from a background as educators. Michelle right now is doing coaching for educators, creatives, and also anyone on the spiritual journey. And Damian is super knowledgeable about the tarot, and he's available for readings. Michelle also does readings too. So I'm going to link Michelle's website and Damian's email below. And if you are interested in working with them, you can reach out to them. If you would like a session with me as well, you know that my contact information is below. Thank you so much and enjoy.
I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see down below you, or the very first impression that you have as you come back down to the surface.
Quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not outside anymore.
Okay.
I saw a face, but it disappeared.
Okay. Can you feel your feet on the ground?
Yes.
Good. Have a look down at them, or see if you can sense your feet and your legs. Do you see or sense if there's anything on your feet?
Sandals.
Good. Does this feel like a male body or a female body?
Male.
Okay, good. Do you get a sense of clothes you might be wearing, if any?
A robe.
What kind of
It's
robe?
blue.
Okay, good.
Almost like an electric blue.
And do you have anything on your head?
Hood.
A hood?
Like a laurel.
Okay. Let's have a look around.
I think I'm in a temple. Stone. Huge slabs. And there's like a table. A dais.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything on that?
I think I'm on it. Everything is white.
Okay?
It feels like something wants to come through.
Yes.
I don't know how to let it.
Are you still within the temple?
I think so.
Step up on the dais, on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And that will allow the power to come through you. What kinds of things do you do in this temple?
Healing.
Are there any symbols here?
The sun symbol.
Good.
And disc. With wings.
And do people come here, or do you do this work?
I take people here.
Okay, good.
It's a place where the sun, pure white light sun comes in.
And how do you do your work?
Where a shepherd came.
Okay.
Mind. A shepherd.
Do others work with you in the temple?
Yes. But it's a way to get to the clearness, to get beyond everything to pureness, pure white, expansive, infinite clarity. People drink it, can drink the clarity, and it becomes their body.
Mm-hmm.
And then it heals them of anything that they have healing, because the whiteness becomes them, and they are purified completely.
Is it an actual drink?
It's like a drink. It comes in through the head.
And is this something that you do for yourself too?
I think it happens to me, and then I somehow give it to others.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to go through the experience of this now?
Mm-hmm, that'd be great.
Good. Let me know how you do with this. Can you describe what's happening?
This feels like my chest is being pried open.
Mm-hmm.
And being infused with light. Powerful but gentle light.
Does the light have a source that you can see? What I mean by that, I guess, is it coming maybe through the roof or anything, or is it just appearing?
It's like it's pouring in from the ceiling sky.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a way to dissolve all personality. It's like an initiation. It's an initiation to dissolve the body and the personality and into that purity of whiteness to become it.
Mm-hmm. What kind of sensation do you have as the light comes into your body?
Expansion, expansiveness, and kind of a pure ecstasy.
Is this how you bring the light in that you share with others?
I think so. It feels like I'm in a big antechamber.
Mm-hmm.
It's like vaulted ceilings. it feels like breathing is easy and like my lungs are the room. Like there's an effortless to everything. Like there's like a floating feeling and a high-pitched ringing. People in purple robes chanting with their heads bowed.
Do you know any of the people that are chanting?
Mm-hmm.
Do they live in the temple also?
Yeah. It's where people, it's a hidden place. It's where people go to have this experience. And I provide it with like a team.
When you say hidden, do you mean like cloistered? Like where you can come and get away from society?
Mm-hmm.
And do many people choose to come and live there?
It's desired.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants it. Because it's the people you can find your true self.
Mm-hmm.
It's total acceptance and expansiveness and joy. And it's shared. Everybody shares it at the same time. And everyone can laugh and be themselves completely. And nothing matters.
Are both men and women allowed to come here?
Yes. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's almost like naked. But I'm just seeing faces, and just extremely joyful faces.
Mm-hmm.
Just everyone's just so happy and they can't believe it. It's so different from the world that they're ordinarily from.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know each other beyond any identity of ego, like a recognition of home. And any ideas of pain and arguments and differences is just so laughable. Because we're just so happy and we just love each other so much. And I just love everybody so much. And this is where I want everybody to know that they belong. And it's all in my chest. It's all in my heart. Everybody's there. And we're in the chamber together. That's like we're separate, but we're all there at the same time together as one. And this is how the world is supposed to be. It's the way it always is, but we don't recognize it. And then we're all just so wanting to love each other, wanting to be embraced and accepted. But we don't know how in the everyday real world, which is not the real world, but the fake one.
Do you remember how you came to be at this place? Where you were from before?
It was shown to me as a child.
Mm-hmm. And you built it? Or did you come as an initiate?
Well, the real true place of happiness is always just there. It doesn't need to be built, but a temple... Oh, well, that's what's coming up. So it's created by our minds, together linked, like a matrix of electricity that we solidify. And that's part of what's the unbelievable happiness, is because we're witnessing it. We're witnessing sand, like sand, not even sand. The idea of sand, it's like coming into the air and swirling, and like with that blue electric, purple blue electric, just wispy light, that together we just know we're in a circle, and with the purple hoods on, and then we through chanting, but I don't even know if it's real chanting or if it's in our mind chanting, but we create the temple with our minds on the beach.
Okay.
Or sand. We're on sand, and then we create the temple, and it's like a pyramidal thing. And there's a man with, I keep seeing, but I don't know if it's me or who it is, and he's just so joyful, and he has dark hair, and that's, he's letting us know that it's okay for us to laugh and be joyous, and while we're doing it, because it's all wonderful and a wonder that we're doing it. So we're building the temple with our minds, because we don't have there is no place, and wherever we go, we can make the temple.
So have a look around at the people that are there with you. But I want you to see if you recognize anyone there. Especially if you look into their eyes. The eyes are the window of the soul.
Wow. You see my brother Gareth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why he's here. I mean, he's very different from my brother in this life.
Yeah.
I get my bravery from him. I feel confident because of him. He gives me confidence.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that because you've shared these other experiences together.
He's telling me that it's okay to be spontaneous. But there's a Michelle-ness to him too. It's like he and Michelle are the same person.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, all kinds of tingles happened. So I don't know if that means they're the same person to me, or if there's some kind of past life. If I'm looking at the life that they were the same person, how that is possible, I don't know. But it's androgynousness, but more on the feminine side. Divine feminine, long hair, dark hair. So that's who that is. That's my brother Gareth in this life, but in a past life. And he seems to be the one that we're all revolved around. He, she.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be Michelle, Gareth. But they're just so magnificently happy and radiant, and just melts your heart. No worries, just everything just melts, and anything is possible.
Mm-hmm. Michelle, do you have anything that you want to add?
I feel seen. I feel sad for Damian and Gareth and their separation. In this life, Gareth introduced me to Damian.
Mm-hmm.
No Damian because of Gareth. But the fracture between them is overwhelming. So sad. It needs to be healed.
Well, we're here in this healing place, and we're all together. So maybe this is an opportunity for the three of you to do some work together using this light healing energy that you're connected to right now. Maybe that's why you're sensing Michelle. Maybe she's part of this healing.
I'm feeling I'm feeling just complete amazingness, expansion, love, and I know of the fracture.
I'm holding it for him.
Speaks, but at the same time, I just love this space right now.
Well, then it's a great irony to see him in this space, laughing and telling you to be spontaneous.
Yep.
It just shows the transformation between ourselves, dimensionally.
Mm-hmm. And I long suspected, me and Michelle had been wondering about stuff like about Gareth's role in all of this, and I sort of been in denial because he seems like a lost cause, but here he is, sort of a key to a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it needs to be acknowledged in the 3D with him, I don't know, but we need to retrieve and work on him in the energetic level, because he is a missing piece. He is, in some ways, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's a symbolic, archetypal thing or him, I don't know. But he's the one. She is the healer, the knower, the bringer of the light. The real light, not the fake light. And that whatever tragedies and all the past life stuff, that it all really comes down to this. They all coalesce together to bring that light into this world, to this time, to this timeline and dimension. And that's what our work is. And it comes from us, and more souls, people can meet in circle, and we can generate that light, and it will just infuse this whole dimension, heaven into this dimension, and then a completely new universe. And it's amazing because it's soundless as well as it's a soundless that's so full of soundlessness and light. It's like this amazing light. It's so healing and soft and loving and empty, but a beautiful emptiness. And it's so internal. It's not external, it's inside. You experience it inside. And yet it's so vast that inside is a silly word. It's the life beyond all lifetimes. It's where we go before we're ever even beginning the process of reincarnation, or even it's beyond life reviews. It's the thing that it's the force, the substance that is in everything and makes everything possible. And it's so accessible, and it's so silly to think that it's not. And that's why the laughter is, because it's here all the time. And the joy can bring you there.
Is there anything else that you need to know about this energy and this connection grounding this energy. What relevance does this have to your life today?
It's everything. It's how I dissolve all the barriers between all the people that I have barriers with. How I dissolve my own angst and my own mind, my own Gemini mind, to go beyond it instead of identifying with it. To accept all those parts of me, and this is the place to reside in them. This is where my attention belongs.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, I feel like I accidentally did some bypassing and going here. I didn't mean to come here, but it's where I went.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I did because it's what I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
To dissolve all my pettiness that goes on inside me when I wake up in the morning and do battle with my ego. That there's no battle to do. It's just all about just relaxing and allowing. And I can relax and allow when I'm in that place, in this place. It's also seems to be a way to dissolve electromagnetic pollution.
Okay. It's good to know.
It's the electromagnetic pollution that the control system is trying to use to keep us in the Maya, in the illusion of separation. But you can go to that place of silence where that doesn't exist, nothing, no electromagnetism, no even energy. It's free of even energy, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
But you can be there and still be here. I don't know how can you do it? My third eye is being tractor beamed. All I'm getting is call upon the stillness.
Okay.
Together? Did I say that, or did somebody say it? Did you say that, Michelle? Together?
What happens if you do this together, Michelle?
It works. If we do it together, it works. I don't know what we have to do, though. You have to tell us. You have to figure it out. You have to help with the conditions, but you have to figure it out. You have to do it for yourself first.
I know it has something to do with the ringing.
I hear it too.
The ringing will take you to the place beyond the ringing. And when you were relaxing me, and I saw the sand, the beach and everything, and you took me on the cloud. When I came down from the cloud, and I was in the chamber, that was the beginning of the stillness place. And everybody who was smiling and laughing, the he, she, Gareth, Michelle being that we were all looking at, was like, that's what we were celebrating was. And I guess we don't need to talk there either, because we just know what everybody's feeling and thinking.
So talking without talking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was inside and I saw you see me and Gareth.
Yeah, I felt like I was, and I'm still feeling this way, without a personality or an identity. just consciousness itself, but with the quality is just love, just expansive happiness and love and joy. But no, like, I don't, like, who am I outside of that? And why would I want to be anything else other than that?
To get there, you have to be inside of it. And you have to be outside of it, too.
How do you do that, Michelle?
He's doing it. He's doing it now. He has to keep doing what he's doing.
But you said be inside of it and outside of it.
He doesn't wait until outside is fixed to go inside. He can live both places at once. He thinks he has to wait, but he doesn't have to wait. You don't have to wait.
What I'm getting is like wanting to be healed to reach this place when it's actually reaching the place is what heals us.
Yes.
Yes. Together. I create the conditions, you have the ideas. I create the love, you direct it. I can give you anything you ask for, anything you need. But you have to know to ask. You have to believe you can ask.
I'm understanding that there's a lot of this that's connected to your purpose,
Yes.
this place,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
bringing people together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But the temple can be built regardless of the physical 3D place. And the physical 3D place will be infused with it, but will come after building the temple.
Maybe it's a traveling temple.
That's what I'm seeing.
It's a temple of love.
Yeah.
It flows everywhere all the time, all at once. There's nowhere it can't go.
I'm seeing more people, though. Like joining it.
Mm-hmm.
Joining
Yes.
to expand it.
Yes. We're the foundation that can hold the others.
So is there anything we need to know? Anything else we need to know about here?
Soon. It's happening soon.
It's happening soon.
It's happening soon.
The joining of the building of this temple.
Yes. The traveling temple. Damian has to decide. That's scary to him.
Yes. There's a fear if I can't see the whole picture, then I don't want to go ahead. I guess it's my Virgo South Node. Wants to be able to see it organized and together and see the path ahead of me. At least a little bit. And why I was shown that, where I was shown, and not just shown, but where I just was to let me know that that it's already here. And it's just a matter of tuning into it, and it's not something that can be seen. It's more of an experience, and it's the experience. It's basically Jesus, why he incarnated here, and all his promises on the Mount are happening to everybody. individually and then collectively, and that Christ consciousness is just happening. And it's going to take everybody their own kind of speed, but it's sweeping through us. And we just have to let it in, and the more we let it in, the more it just expands within us. And for me, I just have to, all the perceived pain that I've caused in my past lives and this life, and deterrence from, those are just almost excuses that I'm holding on to. And Michelle coming into my life is a microcosm. Us finding each other as a microcosm of that kind of awareness healing, because I had all these assumptions that were wrong, but I used those assumptions as excuses to beat myself up and to not expand. And that's what where humanity is in the macrocosm, is we want to keep correcting the mistakes that we've made, thinking that pointing fingers and blaming all the mistakes that we made of the past to somehow correct those only perpetuates more of the same, when we just have to realize that we're here and we are love, and to get on the business of loving and being and surrendering to life, rather than trying to control it.
It's very beautiful and powerful.
I remind people it's real. It's my job. It's my job around there. Remind them of what's possible, what is already, what they can't see. They just have to believe. They have to drop into just fall into the abyss, fall into the water and let it catch you. You know you can breathe there. We've been lied to that you can't breathe underwater, but you can. And that's where we're shielded from electromagnetic stuff. That's where nobody can see what we're doing and stop it. Heart to heart to heart to heart. We speak without speaking. People don't think they can do it. I have to remind them that they can. Show them that they can. Together we can do that.
What about the people that don't know that, how do I say this? Talking without talking. Can people talk without talking, without knowing they're talking without talking?
Yes, we do it all the time. We're all doing it all the time. And then they know they're doing it when they see the people who know they're doing it. And see that joy. All the things Damian said in the chamber. When they see that, then they start to hear the talking without talking. And they join it too. They get beyond the noise and the clutter. They jump into the deep water where they can't be detected. It's like a shield. You can do it in the same room with people. You can be in the same room, but be in that depth. We have to, in fact. You can't just go in there and stay in there not be seen. But my job's easy. I just have to love. I can do that.
Can you speak to the balance and the creativity between you and Damian? Like how
Perfect balance. Perfect balance. But it slides back and forth and we take turns. But it's always in balance. Sometimes I have to lead, sometimes he has to lead. Right now he has to lead.
I can lead with Michelle. I don't think I can without her.
It's your turn. I've been carrying this for a long time. By myself.
And by lead, it just means being myself.
That's easy.
I guess the biggest fear I've had my whole life is the fear of myself.
You're so wonderful. You've seen yourself for real before. You've looked in the mirror and seen all your faces. You know who you are. Why is that scary?
Well, I think we introduced this stuff when I wasn't ready. And I got people hurt and killed, and I blame myself.
Let's explore that more. You can move backwards and forwards in time to any dimension that we choose to receive knowledge. Let's go to the time where you may have misused your power, since we visited where Michelle misused her power yesterday. So let's travel to that time. And let's be there now.
In this moment, it seems like I'm on a boat and there's fish. I saw a couple fish.
Okay, good. Is the boat on the water?
Yeah, it's a wooden boat. Not like a like a fish boat, fishing boat.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like totally at one with the boat. Like I'm comfortable being on the boat.
Are you by yourself on the boat?
No. There's a boy who's kind of like, I'm near the front of the boat. I'm looking out over the water, and the boy's eagerly wondering what to, like waiting for my directions. Where he's got a bunch of netting and ropes and stuff by him. He's at the rear of the boat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he wants to please me. And I'm a nice guy, gentle, but also realistic, idealistic, but wary of the world with my boy. I think he's my son.
Mm-hmm.
And I know things, and I don't know if it's right to share it with him, because it could put him in danger.
Mm-hmm.
And our family in danger.
What is it that you know?
I know it's that being fishermen isn't who we are, it's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tell my boy, I use a lot of fishing metaphors to impart lessons on with him.
Okay.
And I want to use a fishing metaphor that will take him out of identifying as a fisher. I guess I'm being suspected and watched. Soldiers, I guess this is like Roman.
Okay. Roman time?
Well, there's Roman soldiers. Yeah. Interesting, I keep coming back to this beach, but it's at a different time.
Mm-hmm. Why would people want to spy on you? Watch you?
What I'm learning, what I know, is laughable to norm, to anybody, like even the soldiers, but the soldiers are doing their job. Like, it's absurd what I believe. It's non-threatening what I believe and what I'm teaching because of its absurdity. But nevertheless, the soldiers have been given orders to follow me and to make sure I don't spread the teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently I'm teaching or believing and passing it on that there is no death and there's all the things that we think that we have to do in this world that we don't. And that we can make up different rules, different ways of being. And that I'm doing this with a small group of people. But my son's getting at the age where he's curious and he wants to know, and I'm torn about how to share it with him. So I'm sticking to simple metaphors
Mm-hmm.
and parable type stories.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he understands?
No, he wants to. He knows that I'm holding back. And he wants me to stop talking in riddles.
Mm-hmm.
He wants me to show him. And that's why they killed him. Because I did. think it has to do with Jesus.
Uh-huh.
I think I was a follower or a believer or a disciple or something.
Uh-huh. And you've been carrying this belief that you caused his death all this time.
Mm-hmm. To choosing truth when I thought it was what he wanted, and I wanted him to know what I know. I wanted everybody to know what I know. I was so eager for everybody, for the future. I was jumping ahead that I put a lot of people, and then my son, at the ultimate risk.
But isn't part of the teaching that we don't die?
Mm-hmm. I'm asking if that boy was Gareth.
It's you. You're both of them.
Hmm.
How is this pain that you killed your son affecting you today?
I'm stuck in the paradigm of not yet, of not ready, of people aren't ready. And using it as an excuse to hold back what I know and what I'm here to do. And what you said about the teaching is what I keep telling myself. There is no death. This is a game. And while the stakes seem extremely high, it only feels that way in this dimension, in this world. And there is no getting it wrong, and there is no other time. There's only now, and there's only just living your truth and being who you are. And no one's going to die because of it. They only quote die because they lack, because we don't know. We were not living in the truth. My son never died. His body was killed and ended, but his spirit just went on.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this, like our spirits go on, or some scars go on, our false beliefs as well as our true beliefs, they go with us and until they're processed and transmuted. And I haven't, even though I know on that level one thing, the other part of the guilt and the shame and fear goes with it and has contributed to those excuses. And they have embodied themselves in my family, because my family is like the people who I wanted to tell the truth to, who I perceived would reject me for me saying it, or die, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The son in this life is you. It's your inner child. You killed it.
Can you say that again?
The son in this life is your inner child. You killed it. You got it killed. But you know it's not dead. You just have to apologize and invite him back. He's right there. He's waiting. He's not even mad.
And I guess that represents the loss of playfulness, of spontaneity, of being carefree, creative.
Yeah. There's always been in need, even with all my creativity and all my exploration and stuff, there's always been the baggage attached to all of it that makes it difficult to freely express those things. Like there's always a cost to all my creativity.
Mm-hmm.
There's always the battle of control. And part of me that wants to control everything and know everything, know why I'm doing it, know where it's going to go, what's the point, all that stuff. And it's exhausting because as much as I can produce now, I could produce so much more just if I just let go of that shit. And it's not even about producing it, it's just being in it and not giving a shit about what the point of it is. It's just to go with where I'm being directed and felt and being in the feelings and letting the feelings. I fear the power of my emotional body, and so I have dampened it and put a blanket over it or something and lead everywhere with my mental body. And that's changing, majorly changing since Michelle's come into my life, because she represents, well, she doesn't represent, she is heart and love and joy and creativity and all of that. And I see that in her so she can freely express it, and she inspires it in me. With total acceptance and non-judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part of me that's afraid of that too.
Would you like to let go of some of this baggage today?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, Jesus is here with us today, Yeshua, and he's willing to help us with this. And what I'd like for you to do is tune into the feelings of, I guess, being stuck would be a good way, being stagnant, afraid to make the decision and to take the action. If you could describe that energy, where do you feel that energy?
In my head, neck, and shoulders.
Okay, good. And if you could give that energy a color, what color would it be?
Like a gray, green.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And if you could give that energy a texture, like hard, soft, squishy, rough, jagged.
Rough and jagged.
Okay, good. And we're just going to ask Yeshua to come in And begin to remove this energy off of you. And we ask and request that through God's grace, the removal of this energy from Damian acts as a removal of this energy from the Divine Masculine Collective. Are you feeling anything, Damian?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and seeing like a sun in my head. Beautiful orange glowing ball with a dark kind of center. A dark purple, looks like shimmery. And along the fringes of my peripheral is a vibrant green.
Beautiful.
And my heart feels light, my chest feels very light.
And are you picking up on anything, Michelle?
I feel his heart. It's becoming untethered. Untethered from the heavy energy. Untethered from the lies. Makes me feel better. When he heals himself, he heals me.
Just let me know when you feel that energy has been removed.
Okay. That was neat.
What happened?
It was like purple, or and then none of those sound effects were my own.
It's like effervescent though. Like a shook up soda can inside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can't be contained.
Now let's replace that energy that we removed. What would you like to replace it with? What kind of emotions or actions?
A unbridled, joyful awareness that life is a gift, and every moment is an opportunity to just be boundlessly generous with that gift, to spread it. And that's not just my privilege and my right, but it's my duty to share it, to be it, to embody it.
And will you be ready to move forward on that in this reality?
Yes.
And as you give that thought and that energy a light, what color light would it be?
It's the light that I'm seeing now is a shimmery blue with gold flecks.
Beautiful.
It's for his voice too, so that he can speak his truth.
So Yeshua, we're asking you now to replace that old energy with this new energy, using the color of light that Damian described. And how does that feel?
Warm and comfortable, like drinking a hot cup of coffee after coming in from a cold winter's day.
Dappled sunlight now. Like when so a gossamer piece of fabric and it has blue sequins and gold sequins. You can't see it, you can just see the light shining through it on the floor. It's dancing. That's Damian. That color.
What are you?
Pink. Making green and love. There's gold in there too. It's the gold that unites us. The gold is the divine. We have our roles. We're going to do it.
How are you going to do it? What are your steps?
Damian has to do it. He has to figure out the steps. But first we just rest. Prepare. Laugh. Heal. Create. We'll know when the time's right.
Follow the signs.
Yes.
And I'm someone who's not supposed to know too much. And the way I am supposed to unfold all of this is one step at a time, and maybe I'll know a step. I just am supposed to know what the next step is, and then have faith, because my lesson is faith.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm given too much, then it would give too much room for my ego to sabotage it, as I've done a lot of times. And I will right the ship, but there's no kind of room for that kind of fuckery. And so that's what it is. It's kind of like I get these impulses, the impulses bloom and then drive me to act or do things, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do this, just feel like I'm supposed to do this. And usually that comes with a lot of resistance and migraines and stuff, because I'm resisting and just being stubborn and stuff. But the more I just say, oh, okay, I will do that, and do it full-heartedly, then I will be taken graciously to the next step. And it's not mine to question why because this will lead to that, and this might not seem like it's going to lead to that, but it will, because we are supposed to meet more people and opportunities that we never even dreamed possible. So that can only happen if I know, just get taken to the next step. And more will reveal as that happens, and more will become obvious as I take more of those steps, as we take more of those steps together too.
Good point. I think we could all use that insight. So what I would like you to do now is I would like both of you to just allow your spirits to begin to rise up and to meet each other and join with each other And begin to continue to rise up and up and up. Up into the light. Up into the sun. And when you get up there, you will be met by a guide or guides. And I would like for you to let me know when you see them.
Damian's dad is here.
Okay. Can you ask Damian's dad if he is willing to help you both today?
Hell yeah.
We'd like to do some soul restoration work on you both and some unification of your energies. Can he lead you both to the place where this work can be done?
He wants to know if that's okay with Damian.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
I saw, I'm guessing it's an eclipse. I saw one very large orb being with smaller orbs like passing over it, but in each orb decreasing size, kind of like telescoping, and then becoming one orb whose color changed. So I'm guessing that's an eclipse. Are we meant to do this during there's an eclipse coming up, right? Tomorrow?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like a good way to celebrate the eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
And we're asking Spirit to extend the healing that we're going to do for the both of you to anyone in the Twin Flame Collective who would like to have access to this energy. So, can you describe the place where you're at? Michelle, maybe you want to be the one to describe it?
The only thing that matters is the sky. I don't know what else is there.
That's what I'm seeing.
Okay, good. That's perfect. And is the work going to be done through the energy of the sun and the moon, or is there a being that's going to help us today?
The stars are there too.
Okay.
I saw a cluster of stars, but they seem to symbolize beings, so maybe Palladian.
Okay.
They were there the night we sat on the dock.
Mm-hmm.
When we first knew we were home to each other.
Mm-hmm.
We were so young. They were rooting for us then. Yeah, there are other beings though.
And how are we going to do this soul restoration work today?
Breathing into your heart chakra and putting different colors there and relating the colors to the work.
Okay, good.
We're calling all the colors to magnetize back to our hearts, all the fragments that are out there floating around. They're not lost. All the pieces of us individually and together are there. We just have to call them back to our hearts. George is laughing. Not sure why. I think it's happiness. We have to call everything back to us.
So let's set that intention to call back all the lost pieces of ourselves, our lost aspects, both as individuals, as unity with our divine counterpart, and unifying with humanity, and even further out with the many universes. We ask that these pieces be reunited with the help of divine grace from Mother, Father, God. Is there anything that either of you want to share as you feel this healing?
No. This is a lot different than I was expecting. Not that I was really expecting anything.
Your dad just laughed and cut his eye sideways and said, "Well, you did it. Well done, Damian. I didn't know if you would. I've been pulling for you."
No help from you, Dad.
No, he said he's been here all along. You just weren't paying attention.
I notice him sometimes.
Oh, he's leaving now. Thank you, George. Thanks for always pulling for us. For seeing me. For seeing who I was. Who I am.
Well, I'm grateful for the gift of this experience. I'll never forget it. And I'll take it with me.
Truly a work of heart.
I want you to see if you can connect with any of the stars, the sun, the moon, any other beings, planets, or any other energies that you feel, and see if there are any last messages for yourselves or for collective or anything that wants to be shared before we come back.
Well, Venus is twinkling at me. Says to just keep doing that beautiful divine feminine thing. Or shining. And it will soon be seen. That's for guys too. Everybody, all the divine feminine, everybody. Just keep shining and twinkling. Our time is coming.
I just saw the number 526, but I don't know why. 526.
Has a date?
That's the way I first thought that it just 526, and I'm like, that's why I a date, but then I don't know. So
526 was an important shift this year.
was it?
Yes.
What
Venus crossed the Sirius point.
Oh, really?
Michelle was just talking about Venus.
That's bizarre.
We were
I almost didn't say that because I thought it was like, so what? It's just a number, and maybe I just thought of it because maybe I thought that was the time that my daughter was going to call or something, but that doesn't make sense. 5/26. That's pretty specific. So, and there was a date that when I first thought it came to me like a 5/26.
Well, of course, it could be a date in the future as
Right.
well.
That's right. I'll pay attention.
Okay, then I'm going to bring you both back now.